Good morning, everybody. Last time we have to explain electric current, definition of electric current, mathematical equation of electric current, Ohm's law, then ohmic resistance or non-ohmic resistance, conductivity, resistivity, its application, factor affecting resistivity, and so on. Today, I will explain in the chapter of electricity and magnetism and semiconductor, law of resistance. So already you have to know the definition of resistance. Resistance is a property of metal wire. Resistance is a property of metal wire which oppose the flow of current. It's called resistance. And resistance denoted by capital R. Resistance are two types. Law of resistance are two types. Number one, resistance in series and resistance in parallel. First we explain law of resistance in series. So according to this circuit diagram for law of resistance in series, here we have to use two resistance R1 and R2, and this is the battery. So in case of resistance in series, R1 and R2, this is two resistance which are connected in series in the circuit. R1 and R2 be the two resistance which are connected in series. After that, this resistance in series, the equation is RS. RS equal to R1 plus R2. If we have to use three resistance, so our equation is RS equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. If we have to use four resistance in series, so our equation is RS equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4. So RS is the equivalent resistance of the series combination of resistor. RS with the equivalent resistance of series combination of the resistor. It is to be noted that the current flowing through the both resistor, resistance in same way. So this is R1 and R2 with the two resistance. When we applied the potential difference or when we applied the potential, that is V, so V equal to V1 plus V2, because V1 for R1, V2 for R2. So total potential difference V equal to V1 plus V2. And therefore this V1, V2 is the potential difference, which are potential difference across the resistors R1 and R2. Then we have to use Ohm's law. We know that Ohm's law equal to R equal to V upon I. So V1 equal to IR1, V2 equal to IR2. I be the current which are flowing through the circuit in same for R1 and R2. So V1 equal to IR1 and V2 equal to IR2. So this value of V1 and V2 put in this equation, V equal to V1 plus V2. So we get V equal to V1 plus V2. So IRS equal to IR1 plus IR. Here we have to take common I on both sides and get cancelled from its right side and left side I. So our equation RS equal to R1 plus R2. RS equal to R1 plus R2. This is the equation of law of resistance in series according to this circuit diagram. So here R1 is the resistance and R2 is also resistance, and RS is the equivalent resistance in series. So what is the statement of law of resistance? The equivalent resistance in series is equal to the sum of equivalent resistance in series. Sum of equivalent resistance in series. Or another way, the equivalent resistance in series combination is equal to the sum of individual resistance in series. This is the statement of law of resistance in series. Second, resistance in parallel. So resistance in parallel equal to 1 upon Rp equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. Here Rp is the equivalent resistance in parallel. Rp is the equivalent resistance in parallel, and therefore our equation occurs 1 upon Rp equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. Here is we have to apply the potential difference V. So current flowing through the circuit, in this case current flowing through the circuit which are connected to each other in parallel combination. This is R1 and R2 with the resistance which are connected in circuit in parallel combination. Here current flowing through the circuit through R1 and R2 in same path. Current flowing same for R1 and R2. So I equal to I1 plus I2. I1 for R1, I1 current for R1 and I2 current for R2. So according to Ohm's law, V equal to I1 R1 and V equal to I2 R2. So this I1 equal to V upon R1 and I2 equal to V upon R2. So this both the value of I1 and value of I2 put in equation number this I equal to I1 plus I2 and V equal to, therefore 1 upon Rp equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2, and this is the resistance in parallel. This equation is resistance in parallel or equivalent resistance in parallel, keeping your mind 1 upon Rp equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. This is the equation of parallel combination. 1 upon Rp equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. Here is Rp is the equivalent resistance in parallel combination. Equivalent resistance in parallel combination. In this case, what is the statement? How it is stated from this equation? The reciprocal of equivalent resistance. The reciprocal of equivalent resistance in parallel combination is equal to the sum of reciprocal, sum of individual reciprocal, or sum of reciprocal of individual resistance in parallel. Sum means addition, keeping your mind, and therefore we can state the definition of resistance in parallel. Equivalent resistance, reciprocal of equivalent resistance in parallel combination is equal to the reciprocal of sum of equivalent, here again I repeat this statement, reciprocal of equivalent resistance in parallel combination is equal to the sum of reciprocal of individual resistance in parallel. Sum of reciprocal of individual resistance in parallel. This is the statements of resistance in parallel, keeping your mind. Now Joule's law. So when current flowing through the electric circuit, so at that time electric current flow through the resistance, the amount of heat H is directly proportional to the resistance R and square of the current I and time t. Joule's law states that the electric current flow through the resistance, the amount of heat H is directly proportional to the resistance R, square of the current I and time for t. So our equation for Joule's law, H equal to I square RT upon J. H equal to I square RT upon J. This is the mathematical equation of Joule's law. And proportionality equation, H proportional to I square, R square and T square. H proportional to I square RT. And equation for Joule's law, H equal to I square RT. Here H be the amount of heat generated, I be the electric current, R be the resistance of the wire and T be the time for current. H is I square RT upon J. Here is J be the Joule constant or constant simply. J be the Joule constant or constant. So S is the amount of heat generated, I is the electric current and R be the resistance and T be the time for current. So what is your Joule's law? When electric current flow through the resistance at that time, the amount of heat H is directly proportional to the resistance. Amount of heat is directly proportional to the square of the current and amount of heat is directly proportional to the T time. Then energy band. So what is meant by energy band? Energy band of solid. So in case of energy band, when the large number of atoms are brought together to form atoms, when the large number of atoms are brought together to form atom, the electrons or outermost shell are forced to have energies different from those in the atoms. Each electron occupies different position. Each electron occupies different position inside solid band. In a solid, no two electrons have same pattern. In a solid, there are number of bands. So in case of energy band, the property of solid that varies most from one solid to another solid, and it is ability to conduct the electric current. In this case, the electron's energy band present in the solid makes it possible to study the such wide variation. In energy band, the atoms contains tiny particles. Energy bands, atom contains tiny particle or very small particle, negligible particles, called as photons, electrons, and neutrons. These particles also called as fundamental particles because this particle is very small, very tiny particles. So the tiny particles also known as fundamental particles, and these particles is proton, neutron and electrons. Protons contain positive charge, electron contains negative charge and neutron contains neutral or electrically neutral. The proton, neutron, electrons of various type of atoms which are different or same as atom. But the arrangements of protons, neutrons and electrons will be different for different material according to structure of an atom. In the structure of an atom, the arrangement of protons, neutrons and electrons will be different for different material. So any substance, solid, liquid and gases, is made up of molecules and molecules are made up of atoms. This is the important statement. Any substance, in case of solid, liquid and gases, so all substance made up of molecules and all molecules made up of atoms. So in energy band there are two bands, valency band and conduction band. So what is valency band? Valency band is defined as the range of energy possessed by the valence electrons. A range of energy possessed by the valence electrons is called valency band. And conduction band It is defined as the range of energy possessed by the conducting electrons is called conduction band. The range of energy possessed by the conducting electrons is called conduction band. And the gap between both band, valency band and conduction band, is called forbidden energy gap. What is forbidden energy gap? The gap between conduction band and valency band is called forbidden energy gap. So what I am saying, energy band, in energy band there is two band, valency band and conduction band. Here valency band, range of energy possessed by the valence electrons is called valency band, and conduction band, range of energy possessed by the conducting electrons is called conduction band. And forbidden energy gap, the gap between valency band and conduction band is called forbidden energy gap. The gap between conduction band and valency band is called forbidden energy gap. So again we have to explain in next lecture valency band, conduction band and forbidden energy gap. So student, today I stop here. So thank you very much.